I get accused a lot by those that like to accuse, at those that like to have the finger out here rather than going internal and self-analysing, the avoidance of judging the other. You know, very standard defence mechanism, no problem with it, but you know, it is what it is. I get accused by them a lot of well, first of all, not changing. I mean, that one amazes me. But also like making a statement and then going back on it. So in their mind, obviously they live in the minds of others, they live in judgment, they live in caring what other people think. So for them to state that, oh, I'm sober, they see that as a final thing, as a statement of fact, and they will shame it if that changes. Whereas obviously for me, it's like, it's current and in the moment and flowing and present. So yeah, I'm currently sober is what I've said. And I got to 8 or 10 days, and actually it was really easy. I was really ready for it. I was really happy with it. The way the green herbs got taken away from me in the fire, in the inferno, like it was just perfect. And then meeting Lee, like of course it was good to be sober for that, because otherwise that would have been very daunting and I wouldn't be able to make eye contact and all that sort of thing. And you know, it was pretty easy for, I think I stayed sober for 4 or 5 days in my new location, say in Reap. And I was around people who were partaking in the usage of those herbs, and I could notice a part of me that like smelt it and was like, oh wow, but it really wasn't that strong. It really wasn't a problem. I was going to bed very happy, no issues. And then the anger series happened. So I've just shared what I'm calling the angry series. 3 outbursts in public of uncontrolled anger, uncontrolled is the wrong word, of anger. Anger coming up in my external, which hasn't happened for a long time. You know, I thought I was over anger, but of course there's always more and more layers the deeper you go. And basically I'm going through a huge heart opening at the moment, and of course covering up my love is anger. So to get, oh my god, so I featured these in the Not Today Satan video. I mean, these are adults. So when I say, you know, this is the continent of NPCs, this is what I mean. And it's lovely, like they're lovely, I'm not knocking it, they're really nice people and lovely to be around, but my god, like wow. If you want to open up a new beautiful energy within you, or you're ready to, you've done enough work and you've sat with yourself long enough, you've found the body worker in my case that, you know, has literally opened your energetic system, then of course you're going to feel everything that's ever been covering that, everything that's ever been keeping you safe and helping you by blocking your big beautiful heart. Because of course if you're not ready to walk with an open heart, and your heart just opens, i.e. you're still in indoctrination, you're still in conditioning, you're still fearful of the minds of others, the projections of others, the judgments of others, they still mean something to you, you're still pretending, you haven't taken your masks off yet, you're still pretending to your mum that you're not a nationalist, you're still pretending to your friends that that wasn't a terrible idea, you know, then you're not ready to walk with an open heart. You need it covered. So, you know, the anger that was covering my heart has served me for many years. But now it's time for it to go. But you can't transmute something, get rid of something, if you don't experience it. None of this is intellectual. It starts off intellectually, but you know, when you're at the levels I'm at, the experience levels I'm at, you've been doing this 10 years and you're getting, oh, I just love these so much. They're like my favorite. They do bring up a sadness in me because they remind me of my house in Thailand, and you know, all that was invested in that and the plants that I cared for, and it all got taken away from me. But also I just love them. I just love them. Right, I'm gonna, oh, you can't, can you? There's loads of them. Like, you know, like these, if you chop these and stick them in soil, they just grow. Now it's a park, so I can't really do that, but guys, tempting. There's loads of them. They're growing like weeds, man. Anyway, let's try and stick with the video. What are we talking about? So I was really in it. I could really feel like, so I wasn't so in my anger that I couldn't observe it. There was a part of me that was justifying it and making the other people wrong, but of course I was the consistent factor. It was all me. And I could feel, so this was like, let's say after 10 days of sobriety, I could feel all the positives. So it's the 80-20 principle. Being sober is 80% better. I'm super productive. Yeah, I mean, I just create content non-stop. I'm very chatty, I'm very open with Lee, I don't avoid Lee. It's really positive. Being sober is absolutely great. But the 20%, is, you know, bearing in mind I've spent my whole life sedated, my whole adult life sedated. The 20% is the parts of me that I haven't really met. So anger, the parts of me that have been sedated for 40 years. And not being, control is the wrong word because none of this is about control, but not being able to separate myself from that, not being detached from it, still being of emotion, reaction, all being one, rather than having that space and that breath and that choice, which I thought I had, and I do have, until you get to these deep levels, and it's like, oh no, I don't have it. So that's what the smoky smoke gives me. But then I lose the productivity. Now, I feel like, and I'm telling myself, it's a bit of an ego story, to just make everything okay when it's not really. Because I'm definitely overusing. You know, I've been waking up, I haven't today. Today's the first day that I haven't waked and baked, and I've prioritized finding this space, and like this is one of 5 videos I'm doing. So I feel like it's actually going to start coming back to a nice balance now. But I've been overusing for sure. But actually the productivity has stayed. Now it's not extreme like it was, but I realise that extreme, like we see it as good, like, oh, I'm very productive. You know, all these old stories of like, I'm producing, I'm making money, I'm not lazy. Like really seeing all those. Oh my God, there's a monkey thing here. Try and keep your attention. But also it allowed me to see that too is escapism. That actually I'm still not being present, I'm still not sitting with myself, I'm still not being, still not really learning. Well, I am learning loads actually, but oh, I just farted. Oh, peacocks, wow. So it's still escapism. Like, as long as you're not sat meditating, you are escaping, and that's not judging. You know, I very rarely meditate. It's just what's the reality. Pretty much everything we do, I mean everything we do other than, like, you know, preparing a meal, yeah, other than surviving, and of course you can say, well, I have to work to survive. Do you? Do you have to have the Aldi on lease? Do you have to have a mortgage? Could you not live in a van and work a lot less? You know, there's many nuances to this, so don't just, you know, splurge onto it, your ego bullshit defensive story. Like, try and observe yourself, try and meet yourself, as I'm doing. Yeah, it's very challenging, but it's also so beautiful and so worth it. And like the transformation is so clear, other than like, if you don't want to see it, you won't see it, of course. But you know, if you're open, you will see a clear transformation in me. And that's not me saying I'm anything amazing or the finished article or perfect. You know, plebs, when they hear the word enlightenment, they project perfect onto it. And then if you're not perfect, they can knock you down. And then they never have to consider whether they're enlightened or not. Enlightened is the wrong word, because that's like the end of a journey. No one ever gets there. You know, whether they're observing themselves and aware of themselves. It's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. So I made a decision. I had 3 days of anger, and I could feel my energy was like, you know, I could feel it. It was like electric, and I've not experienced that enough to know how to come back to presence when I get into that state. Other than through smoking. So I smoked. And we're about 10 days on from that now. And like I say, some balance needs to be coming in with it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy with it. I do also appreciate that I would be a better person, a deeper version of myself, a more present version of myself, a more loving version of myself, if I could master this sobriety thing. And it's just inevitable that it will get there. Also, you know, this is why it's inevitable. What's different is usually when I partaked in that activity, I would go into shame, I would feel anxiety. Yeah, I'd shame it. I'd be like, oh, you've done it again. You failed. This old story of failure rather than learning. None of that this time. None of that. Just like, oh, beautiful. Oh, this is fine. And then I even went into, next I'll release a video about the friction on my penis that I went into after this. And I even paid. I used a rent boy. And just for lack of shame over that as well. There's going to be a whole other video on that. That'll be next. Really interesting. Huge breakthroughs. Just huge breakthroughs. And also great material for plebs to project onto. If you want to do this, you're going to love that next video. You're going to love all my videos now, but the next video in particular. you'll be able to do this, and you'll be able to write your crappy projections in the comments, and I'll be able to just see you as the demon you are and send you love and laugh. I love it. It's great. It's just great. I love being a YouTuber. I love every interaction that comes with it, whether it's, you know, of the pleb or of the one that's walking my path. All is welcome, all is love. I love you all. I honour you all. Thank you for watching. Is that the end of it? Smoky smoke. Why I did it. Why I'm happy with it. Where I'm going with it. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we've covered it all. Alright, wicked. Big love.
Never fit the mold. Walking down a different road. Even in the cold, I stopped trying to be someone everyone could understand. Now I'm learning how to stand exactly where I am. They can keep the perfect picture, the stories they want to tell. I'd rather live an honest life, even if it's hard as hell. I'm the black sheep of the family, and I've made my peace. I don't need to chase acceptance just to feel relief. If pretending is the ticket, I'll let that train roll by. I'd rather lose the crowd than lose the person deep inside. My counselor said wear your mask to make the world feel right, but every mask I ever wore just hid my own true light. So I'm walking on my own now, even if it's slow, finding strength in every step with nowhere else to go. I'm meeting my inner child, the one who learned to hide. I'm telling them they're safe at last, they don't have to run and fight. Healing isn't something you can hurry through in one day. It's one more breath, one more step, finding hope along the way. I'm the black sheep of the family, and that's okay with me. I'd rather live with honesty than spit where I can't be. Step by step I'm growing stronger, leaving tear behind, building peace from broken pieces, one day at a time. If the road is mine alone, I'll still keep moving on. Not because it's easy, because it's finally my own. Because it's fine.